I know a story of a very smart young man who comes from the same area that I grew up in years ago. Very smart young man, youth from the Bronx, New York, who went around collecting these and returning them. Right now I'm cutting up a shipping label for an item I sold online. Well, a book. Most of the items that I sell online are books, and some of them are books that people can't locate. See, I had this strange idea some years ago to purchase some of these books that were discounted. A lot of people counted them out, but not me. And I had the opportunity to collect some literature that wasn't available by buying up someone's book collection at a yard sale. I think they had an upwards of 500 to 600 books, and some of them were vintage collectibles. I paid about $50 for the whole shelf, and there was literally books that I've sold for about I think the highest amount that I received for one of the books was $35.99. So most of the books went around an average of about $7 or $8. If you take the highest selling to some of the ones that sold for $20 and everything else. But this young man was smart enough to walk around in his neighborhood collecting these. And I don't know if I'm going to release the video, but I'm talking about some of the negative comments that I received for that, and I'm going to talk about that with you guys. But or release the video, who knows. But I wanted to tell this story about a young man, and I'm not talking about myself. It would be, I did do that, but I'm talking about another young man who took it a little further than I did, which is commendable. I like to hear success stories of people who take it to the next level. So, a young boy running around in the Bronx collecting these things, and collecting and selling comic cards, baseball cards, and selling collectible toys and stuff like that from his grandfather's shop. He went around collecting these, and then talked his father into buying a van so he can go around and pick some of these up from different companies, waste companies, a beer bottling company, whatever the case may be, in the city or whatever. I don't know. I don't think they did it in the city though. I think from this, what I heard, this kid had, I believe, moved to live with a family member, one of the father's family members, somewhere in New York. This person went from city to rural, kind of like me. That's exactly what my story is. I went from inner city to rural. So, ended up doing that, and now is a very successful business person. I just want to say something to anyone out there that just doesn't get it. And to let you guys know that this is all a piece of cake. You know, we do business, we trade, we do what we can, right? So once again, you see the gloves. I just wanted to remind everybody on YouTube that there's a true culture on here, and there's a true culture of people giving advice and giving wisdom and giving tips on how people can make a better life. And I think that sometimes when I see these negative comments that I tend to end up deleting, the reason why some of those comments come through in the first place, which the only thing that upsets me about them is that I know that there's nothing I can do, nothing, to help that person see the truth. Because once you've gone on a rant and you're bashing me, and all I'm doing is giving you raw, real information. You know, this channel should really have more people following it. But the simple fact is that there's wolves out there that are playing to your attention, and they're eating up your mind and eating the ad revenue up and selling you into a lot of crap. And they're more appealing than I am, because this is who I am. I'm raw, right? Like I had said before, a lot of people, they don't know what's going on in my life. They don't know whether if I have a very big 401k. You know, I might have a 401k that's worth more than your house. You don't even know, because you're criticizing me about this, which is the scariest part, right? Because I talk about this. And like I said, this can beat your, it can beat your anything, your 401k, all that stuff. As far as bottom dollar, I can get into the ways to which it can beat your 401k. I could get into the ways where it could beat everything you invest in. This, let me put it to you like this: one share of Ford will give you this per month, but they pay during quarters, so it's 15 cents per quarter for 12 bucks. So basically, all I have to do is save one bottle, and I have the dividend from one share of Ford. Okay, if I have 10 bottles, I have the dividends from 10 shares of Ford, but that costs more than $100. So what are we talking about here? All right, I can do this all day. I can get the dividends without the stock, but because I do have the stock, and yes, I am an investor, I do that as well. So I came across some channels, and for example, I see some channels where people are pretending to be minimalists. I came across a channel where a young lady actually is talking about how to quit your job and become a minimalist, but it looks like she's got $500 worth of makeup on her face. And she's sitting in a beautiful bedroom that looks like it's attached to a beautiful home, right? And a bed that looks like it costs about, you know, $4,000 or $5,000, with a bedspread that looks like it costs the covers and everything look like they cost a few $100s, and she looks like she's got a really expensive sweater, all right, and her hair looks like, you know, her hair appointment costs a few $100s, but she's talking to you about being a minimalist, and you're buying this. You know, this is the YouTube community for you. Some of these people on here are so fake. You want to watch these videos of these fake people, and they're selling you some crap, and you're buying it. I see the views sometimes, and I'm like, and I'm listening to the content, and I'm like, this person is taking you for a ride. This person is literally taking you for a ride, because it sounds like they hijacked information from other videos, started writing notes, talking about what to do because those videos are trending. and you're watching them. You're watching the wall of shame. All right? If you look in my background, it looks like I really am a minimalist. I mean, let's look around here. I can't actually be a minimalist, and I'll tell you why. I'm probably, with most things I do, I'm a hybrid. Like, for example, am I a full-time entrepreneur? No. I have a full-time job, and I do entrepreneurship, and I invest. And obviously, I said I have 401k, so you know I work for a living, right? I sell a lot of products online and stuff like that, or whatever. I collect my bottles and cans. I invest. I obviously get YouTube income. So I can't be a minimalist. And the reason why is because I have too many items. You've seen this in a video before. You've seen me collecting items. It's this, which I bought for 25 cents, which I can sell for $50. I have a closet full of items. I have antiques that I'm selling. So I have a lot of material. I cannot be considered a minimalist because I have a business where I have tons of assets. I'm not a minimalist. I would like to consider myself a minimalist, but I cannot get away with that, right? There's a few things I can't get away with. So, yeah, I see the dusty comments on here from people saying, oh, you're talking about collecting bottles in the streets, trash. Listen, sleep on this if you want to. Sleep on any hustle. People talk about the little stuff. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people that wish they could hustle or they do a hustle, but who's actually making $200 to $300 a month consistently? I have yet to encounter a hater that actually can consistently show me that for the past 5 years, they've maintained a revenue stream, a side stream of $200 to $300. I've yet to see that. It's all about taking steps. Yes, you can invest, you can put away your money, you can put in a nest egg. I believe in that. I encourage that. I talk about this. But at the same time, you should always look at every hustle, because no matter who you are, there's always somebody more successful than you. So if you want to point the finger at my channel, you want to play the comment game, you want to be a moron, you want to be a sucker, go ahead. You know, I know there's always going to be some naysayers out there, people who don't understand what's going on. I had a tutorial that I posted out there, like I talk about in the other video. I think I'm gonna release this one first, and the video that I'm talking about, where I really talk about the people commenting, that video is probably going to be in the link below. So get ready for that, right? And I'm selling products while I'm on here, which is crazy. So I'm going to be talking about that too. But let me just let you guys know something here. You do not want the fakers, pardon me guys, you do not want the fakers to occupy space in your life to that level. All right, don't let them do it, because they will try. All right, you're going to see a lot of fake, a lot of fraudulent, a lot of false videos and narratives out there. Comb through the person's information, comb to see what they're talking about. Try to see if they're actually living and experiencing. Listen, I'm bagging up this work right in front of your face on here with actual shipment labels on it that people purchased. Everything I do is real. You see me with I got the canister right here, all the bottles and cans, and I take them back. I do what I talk about. I'm not a fake. Okay, that's the one thing I could pride myself on with my channel, that I'm not a fake. I'm not going to go out there and tell people to do something that I don't do myself. Unless it's because I know somebody in my inner circle, the closest people that do it, and we talk about it so much, and I see their process and I kind of understand it. I'll come from that point. I have some sort of exposure to the thing. Like, for example, I don't have a bunch of rental properties, but I have a very close friend that has rental properties. And in fact, there's times where this close friend has me do some things for or if I have to go to check on something for one of his apartments and he helps me out with something, or I go and, you know, he has something separate site recycle for bottles and cans that he has his tenants, and he hooks me up. So know that. Don't go for the fakeness. All right. On that note, subscribe. The video should probably be underneath, and get ready for some real stuff to go down. I got to go to the post office. I'm getting all these sales online while I'm doing this video, so I have a lot of business to do this weekend. I apologize, guys, for the craziness, but I got to talk about it. So have fun, enjoy, and have a great weekend. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you.